welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another episode of Liv's Holiday Menu. I can't believe we only have 2 episodes left, including today. And today we are making one of my favorite holiday desserts. This recipe actually comes from my first cookbook, which is called Live Feast Vegan on a Budget. And this is like my baby. It's my first book. I love it so much. I have 2 now, but this was my first one that published back in 2019. And this one really just has a lot of family recipes that had been in my family for a while that I veganized and then put in this book. And this is one of those. And so I wanted to share it with you because it's actually just such a unique recipe. It's like kind of almost like an old-fashioned recipe. It is gingerbread cake with caramel sauce. So it's not a round cake, it's a square cake that you make in a square baking pan, but you can do it in a round cake if you like. And the caramel sauce, like I said, is kind of like an old-fashioned type of caramel. Like it's not like butter and sugar and cream. It's different than that, but it is honestly so good. It's gonna be like something you've never really tasted before if you're used to like classic caramel, but it's so yummy. I really hope that you guys try this out for the holidays. Let's get into it. Okay, so you want to start off by adding the shortening, or you can also use vegan butter like I'm using, and the sugar to a mixing bowl, and just cream that together with a hand mixer, or you can use a stand mixer, or you can just do it by hand. I just like to do it by hand, it's pretty easy. And then you can add in the molasses and the applesauce and mix that as well. Next, you can add in the hot tea. I call for orange pico, which is just a black tea, but you could also use chai if you like. It would add a nice little bit of extra spice. And then you just want to carefully mix that together. It's going to be very, very runny and kind of soupy, and all of the shortening or butter might not totally melt, but that's totally fine. You just want to mix it until it is fairly combined. Then in a separate bowl, you can mix the flour, baking powder, baking soda, and spices. We're using cinnamon, allspice, and ground ginger, and then just mix that up a little bit. And then you can add that in to the wet ingredients and use a whisk to mix it until it's just combined. You don't want to over mix it. Some small lumps are okay, but just mix it until it is nice and smooth like this. Then you can pour that into your prepared baking pan. I call for a greased metal baking pan in the book, but you can also use a glass one like I'm using here. And then you can bake it. So you want to bake it for about 40 to 45 minutes. Meanwhile, you can make the caramel sauce, so you can combine the cornstarch, water, boiling water, cane sugar, brown sugar, molasses, vanilla, and vegan butter in a pot, and then you want to bring it to a simmer and whisk it until everything's combined and until it starts to thicken, and it will thicken pretty quickly, so make sure you're watching it and just whisking it consistently so it doesn't stick to the bottom. So then you want to let the cake cool a little bit before serving, and I actually cut this when it was still a little bit too hot, so you can see it kind of cracked a bit too much on top, so definitely let it cool for about like 10 to 15 minutes, but then you still want to serve it when it's warm because that's when it's going to taste the best. So you can cut your slices and then serve it with the warm caramel sauce, and if you want, a scoop of vegan ice cream or some coconut whipped cream. This is one of my favorite holiday desserts ever. So good. I mean, look at that. Honestly, you could serve it with like whipped cream or ice cream, but just the caramel sauce too is so good. And it's really light caramel sauce. It's not like super heavy and sticky that makes you feel sick instantly. It's like pretty much just water and sugar, so I find it's like actually a very light, nice caramel. So definitely try this out. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope it looked easy to you. It definitely is easy. It has a 45-minute bake time, so you do need to plan a little bit in advance, but pretty much it's just like mixing everything into a bowl and baking it. So definitely try this out. I hope you guys enjoy it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I really hope you try out this recipe. If you do, it would mean the world to me if you could take a photo and tag me on Instagram. I am at itslivb, and I can share it to my story and like see you guys make it. Makes me so happy. So yeah, that is it for today. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you guys next time for the last episode of Liv's Holiday Menu. Bye!